What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about our Atlanta Falcons defense and what I expect from that defense this season. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate you guys continuing to tune into the channel. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I stated before, I would like to talk about our Atlanta Falcons defense. In this particular video. I don't know if you guys seen over the weekend, the Atlanta Falcons re-signed J.J. Wilcox, a former Dallas Cowboy, strong safety / free safety. I love this move. J.J. Wilcox is a very physical player, a hard-hitting safety, kind of like a Keanu Neal. He's definitely a thumper, somebody that comes downhill, and he's an intimidator. So I love what Thomas Dimitroff, Rich McKay has done with this defense of personnel this offseason. I love the players we brought in. Deone Bucannon on the defensive side, the linebacker / safety that we brought in, former Arizona Cardinal. All of the guys that we brought in, Charles Harris on the defensive line. All of these guys I think are going to play huge roles on this Atlanta Falcons defense, but mainly the strong safeties that's been brought in, the J.J. Wilcox of the world, the Deone Bucannons of the world, the Jalen Hawkins that we drafted. A lot of these guys are the Michael Walkers, the Marlon Davisons. I love what we've done on this defense, especially on the back end of adding intimidators on this team. I feel like over the last couple seasons, when Keanu Neal went down with injury, we didn't have enough thumpers on this team. We didn't have enough guys that intimidated players and discouraged players from catching passes across the middle of the field. We didn't discourage opposing offensive coordinators from being able to run the ball up the middle at the teeth of our defense. To me, our team was too soft inside. To me, we didn't have big enough players that would hold the point. We didn't have guys that could penetrate in the backfield other than Grady Jarrett, who's been a one-man wrecking crew. To me, Tyler Davison and Allen Bailey and those guys that were playing on the inside, to me, they didn't do a good job of helping Grady Jarrett in run stopping or in pass rush. I think that Grady Jarrett had to carry too much of the load. But I love, like I said, what we've done with this defense. What I'm expecting from this defense this season with Raheem Morris at the helm, I am expecting a little bit of cover 2, because that's what Raheem Morris is familiar with when he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, they run that Tampa 2. So I definitely think that we're going to see some cover 2. We're going to see some of the cover 3, because, you know, we mainly run a cover 3 base scheme. And I'm expecting to see some 3-4 defenses, some 3-4, some 4-3. I believe that we're a flex defense. So I expect to see a lot of different things this season with this Atlanta Falcons defense. I love, like I said, what we've done. We're bringing in players that are versatile. I think we got guys that can play safety / linebacker, like the Deone Bucannons, the J.J. Wilcox of the world, the Ricardo Allens, the Keanu Neals. We have a lot of guys on that back end that's very versatile, that you can use as a linebacker or a box safety type situation. I love what we're doing as far as the last couple years. You know, we struggled against tight ends, and we struggled in the slot, being able to cover slot guys. So I think we did a good job of bringing in linebackers that can run, like Deion Jones. We brought in guys like Deone Bucannon, who can play linebacker, so who also can cover in space on that second level. We also still have Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen. Both of those guys can play the safety back at midfield, like where they can play the center fielder position, or they can play down in the box as a safety / linebacker. So I love what we're doing. I expect Raheem Morris to blitz a little bit more this season. I'm expecting to see a more aggressive defense, because to me last year, our defense, as I said, was kind of soft. We kind of just sat back in that soft zone, cover 3 shell, and we let teams catch the ball underneath and get easy first downs. We didn't put pressure on the quarterback enough. We didn't stop the run well enough, to me. And I think this year we're going to see a new attitude out of this Falcons defense. The guys that they brought in, like Dante Fowler, like Marlon Davidson, those guys play with a nasty streak. And I think we're going to really see that this season out of those guys, and being able to stop the run and being able to put pressure on the quarterback. I think Grady Jarrett is going to have renewed strength with Marlon Davidson playing next to him and taking up some of those double teams where Grady Jarrett is going to be able to get more sacks this season. I think that Tat McKinley, he's always played with that nasty streak and played with energy. But I really think with Dante Fowler being on the opposite end of Tat McKinley this year, we're really going to see Tat McKinley's game go to a new level with Dante Fowler playing on the other side, because Dante Fowler is one of those guys that has multiple pass rush moves. I do think that Dante Fowler is a premier pass rusher in this league currently, and I do think that he was worth every dime the Falcons decided to pay him. I think it was the right move to bring him in. He's familiar with Dan Quinn's scheme on defense, and he definitely wanted to play under Dan Quinn. He said that Dan Quinn was one of those guys in college that kind of was like a father figure to him, and he succeeded under his tutelage. So I expect this season for Dante Fowler to have double-digit sacks. I think him and Tat McKinley have the ability to get over 10 sacks. I think Grady Jarrett is another guy that could possibly have double-digit sacks for our team. But I definitely think that we're going to have a better run-stopping defense. And I really think that that's where it all started last season. In the last couple seasons, we haven't been able to stop the run. And I think once we stop the run, or we're able to shut down the run, it'll create third and longs and second and longs, and it won't be so many third and shorts, because over the last couple seasons, I feel like we haven't done a good job of stopping the run. And in a lot of situations and instances, it was a lot of third and shorts, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. And anytime you have a lot of third and shorts, the full playbook is open for offensive coordinators. And it's hard to determine what an offense is going to do in a 3rd and short situation or a 3rd and medium situation. Anything 3rd and 5 and below, your full playbook is open. You could possibly run the ball. You could possibly throw the ball. So we want to put teams in 3rd and longs and 3rd and medium. So we want 3rd and 6 and above. We can keep teams having to try to pick up or convert 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 9s, those type of situations. I really think that that's going to give our pass rushers more time to get to the quarterback, because that means the wide receivers have to run deeper routes and longer routes, and usually that means that a quarterback is going to have to do a 5-step drop and not that 3-step drop where he can get the ball out quick. So the better we run stop, it's going to create more opportunities for those guys to be able to get sacks. So it all starts with our run defense. If we can stop the run, if we can minimize teams getting big chunks in the running game, like 5 and 4 yard carries, if we can limit them to 3 yards and 2 yards a carry, that's going to go a long way in helping the back end, which we have a lot of young players on the back end, but it's going to go a long way with helping those guys on the back end. It's going to go a long way of helping Tat McKinley and Dante Fowler and the John Kaminsky's and all those guys up front. It's going to give those guys more time to get to the quarterback if we can stop the run. So I think that should be paramount. That first thing first, we need to try to stop the run. Once we limit teams from getting a lot of yardage on the ground, then we could pin our ears back and let those guys like Dante Fowler, Tat McKinley, Marlon Davidson, Grady Jarrett, those guys really can eat. Charles Harris, those guys are going to be able to eat. And I was talking about this on Friday night on when I did my show on YouTube. So y'all definitely go check out on Friday nights, me, Mad Mike, my boy Kevin on YouTube, on my page, Jew Talk Sports. If you're subscribed to me, on the Strictly Prohibited Network page, which I'm a part of, you can go subscribe there as well. You can check us out on Friday nights, Mad Mike Sports page. Y'all go sub his channel. The Falcons Nation is also another channel that on YouTube that I'm affiliated with. So you can go to any of those channels on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Usually it's from 8 to 10 p.m. We're just talking Falcons football, me, Mad Mike, and Kevin. We were up there talking this past Friday night, so you guys definitely want to go check it out. But we was basically talking about the defense, and we talked about some of everything, but we were talking about this defense and how I think this defense has a lot of dogs, a lot of head busters on this team, and I really think it's going to go a long way this season, with us being able to stop the run, with us being able to get a pass rush finally this season. I also think that the back end with AJ Terrell, the first round pick out of Clemson, I really think that he's a ball hawk, and I do think that he's going to lead the secondary in interceptions. As far as our cornerbacks, I think DeMonte Casey, Ricardo Allen, all of those guys back there, we have a ton of playmakers back on that back end. Kendall Sheffield, I think, is going to take the next step this season. I really think he's going to have a big year as well. Isaiah Oliver, he's a guy that I think also could flourish, but he needs time to still develop. But I think he has a chance this year, to step up. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments about our defense. But like I said, this season, what I'm looking forward to is us having more of an aggressive defense. I really think that Raheem Morris is going to blitz more. I think that that's imperative, that we bring more blitzes. We put more pressure on quarterbacks where the ball has to come out early, and that's going to create tip passes, which could be intercepted. I want to see some strip fumbles on defensive ends like Tat McKinley and Dante Fowler screaming off the edge. I would like to see them knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hands and possibly creating some offense through our defense, putting our offense on short fields. I feel like all of that is important. But you guys let me know what you think about the video. I have a lot more coming for you guys, but I'm expecting, I think this defense is going to shock a lot of people. I do think that this defense is going to be better than last season. I do think that this defense is going to be more aggressive, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want us to sit back on our heels like we've done the last couple years. We're playing that soft zone coverage or that soft cover 3 shell. We need to be more aggressive. We need to be more multifaceted, and I really think that that's why we brought in all of these guys that we brought in on the defensive end. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys at the next video. As always, peace and love. Y'all have a great day.